After a month-long wait, Evagoras Papasavvas and the USF-2000 IndyCar Championship racing season got back to racing this past weekend at the racing capital of the world, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Evagoras brought a 5-podium finish streak into the 6th race of the season. He also came in with a solid hold on second in the driver championship standings, gaining on the current number 1 Max Garcia. Starting 6th in the field of 23 drivers for race number 1 at Indy, Evagoras was able to gain a 4th place finish just off the podium, breaking the streak of 5 straight podium finishes, but still gained ground in the driver points standings. Hello everybody, I'm Chuck Gibson, and this is a special sports presentation of Loveland Beacon Talks, Trackside at Indianapolis Motor Speedway with Evagoras Papasavvas. Let's get right to that first race interview with Evagoras.
So hello, Evagoras.
Hello.
It's good to be with you trackside at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
And of course, just a short time ago, you got out of the cockpit after race 1. So tell me a little bit about, and for the folks listening, obviously, not exactly the result you were hoping for today, but still climbing in the point standings because you stayed ahead of those guys that were out in front of you. You stayed ahead of Corey and stayed ahead of Max. So, but anyway, tell me a little bit about the race experience for you today.
Yeah, so started 6th, so not the best starting position to start off with, but I just wanted to do the best that I could for my position. In the end, gained 2 points, finished 4th, and it's good that we finished ahead of Pabst. It gets me a little bit closer to the championship, and ultimately towards the end of the season, that's the ultimate goal, is to win the championship. So
picking up points in that driver championship standings, that matters a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what the season's all about, is picking up solid points. There's a few things for me to change with my driving, a few things to understand, and some small things to change with the car. So that way tomorrow for race 2 that we'll be ready to hopefully get a better result.
That sounds pretty good. So obviously not the greatest start for the whole field today. With you guys went yellow on lap 1 when somebody spun out. I don't know who. We don't have to say who, but what? After that, from where I sat watching you today, looked really good and looked really strong the first few laps. Once you guys went green, you moved up from that 6th spot up to 4th in a hurry, and then I thought you made a really nice move on that when you picked up into the 3rd position early in the race. So tell me a little bit about your feelings on how that went for you during the race.
So it's pretty good. Got some few positions. The start was a little bit iffy. I got squeezed on the start, so really just trying to stay out of trouble so I can keep doing laps.
Right.
Because like I said before, just try to get the most amount of points as possible. I think overall when we look back at everything that happened, that P4 is a pretty solid result. I would have liked to finish on the podium to make it 6 for 6, but that's okay.
Well, you start a new streak Saturday morning, right?
Yeah.
Get back on the podium Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday morning. That's the goal, is to see what we can do. Hopefully win. So we'll see.
Car felt good?
Yeah, car felt pretty good. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of time to be found in my driving. A lot of things to change, but I'm confident that I will get it changed, and that we'll be able to put in a good result for Saturday tomorrow. So yeah.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing you race tomorrow, Evagoras, and we'll look forward to talking to you tomorrow on the podium.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks again, Evagoras Papasavvas. Coming right up from the team garage at the Speedway, team owner Jay Howard joins me on Loveland Beacon Talks to share his thoughts on team driver Evagoras Papasavvas. Now, here's Jay Howard.
So I have with me Jay Howard from Jay Howard Driver Development. the team for which Evagoras drives. And Jay, tell me a little bit about today and, kind of your thoughts on Evagoras and his future in racing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we love Evagoras. Great little driver. You're always getting 110% from him all the time, which we love, and that's what we want. Always preach to all of them. We want, I want the best version of you, and if we always get that, then we're going to be okay. And like I said, we always get that from Evagoras. So. Yeah, love working with him. He's got a bright future ahead of him. I look forward to seeing him, hopefully driving in the big cars here in Indy cars one day, and just being able to watch him go on and be successful.
Well, let me throw that one. Obviously, first race today. Broke that podium streak, darn it! Yeah. but you got race 2 tomorrow morning. I mean, what are the things that you're looking for tomorrow to maybe improve on today's results here at Indy?
It's such fine margins at this level. It's just small details. Probably not going to make many changes to the car. Be very subtle. And subtle changes in his driving as well, to adapt to the track changing. That's one thing not many people realise in racing. The track evolves all the time. So from a team standpoint, we're always chasing that evolution with the setup of the car, and then from a driver as well, they have to adapt and sometimes. Some drivers adapt quicker than others, and it's an interesting chess match when all the kids are out there. Obviously all giving their best effort, but we'll just make some very small changes, and hopefully we can go win.
Perfect, Jay. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, pleasure.
Thanks again, Jay Howard, for joining me for this special sports edition of Loveland Beacon Talks. Well, Saturday morning dawned bright with sunny clear skies and Evagoras Papasavvas ready for the USF-2000 race number 2 of the Indianapolis Grand Prix circuit. Looking to get back on the podium and even claim his first victory for the 2024 season, Evagoras started from the 7th position and moved up into the 5th position before contact with another car in turn 1 damaged his car. After 11 laps, Evagoras had to retire the car to the pits, dropping him to the 19th position for the race. Evagoras breaks down what happened in race 2 just minutes after the race in the team garage at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Here is Evagoras.
Well, Evagoras Papasavvas, we're back at it again Saturday morning at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're standing in the garage after race number 2 on what turned out to be kind of a tough weekend. So tell me a little bit about the things that happened in race 2 today.
Yeah, race 2, overall it was pretty bad. From the beginning of the race, had some issues with the brake bias, so my braking was hindered. I couldn't really hit the brakes, means I couldn't pass. Very difficult. So then when I did decide to try to make a pass, I got completely turned in on me. I was there, but he turned in on me. So then we made contact, had some damage to the car, lost my front wing. So I was just really, really slow, and then the car just gave up, and I lost all power. And lost all power, and that was pretty much the end of my race. So
let's go back, to the start a little bit. I'm amazed because I didn't really know that you were having any kind of issues at the start. Obviously you weren't moving up quickly, but you still moved up a spot, and it looked like maybe in position to make that next, spot move up when, like you said, there was some contact, and that's when you lost the wing. But did you feel pretty? Despite the struggles, you were battling early.
Yeah, I felt like, I wasn't very confident in the car with how the braking was, so I was really just trying to get the best of it, but, it is what it is, so we move on.
Well, you know what? So kind of not a short day, but a little bit shorter than you would like for it to be. Well, that's it for Indianapolis Motor Speedway this weekend and the Grand Prix here. But so what's coming up next for Evagoras Papasavvas and the J. Howard Driver Development number 6 car? What do you guys got going on?
So next up we have 2 tests, almost back to back. We have one at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, and then after that we go to Wisconsin for Road America. Only 1 day at Road America, 2 days at Mid-Ohio, and then after that, the next week we have the Freedom 75 at Lucas Oil Raceway. So yeah, really excited to do some oval racing and to see what happens.
Well, that's going to take us all the way to that July 4th weekend, as you said, the oval racing at Lucas Motorsports back here in Indianapolis. But I want to touch on this. So next week at Mid-Ohio Sports. Now, is that your first time back on the track since you collected your first USF-2000 victory there last year?
Yes, it will be my first time back since we raced last year and I won last year. They resurfaced the track, so it's going to be completely different, and also we have different tire compounds as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all works out and how our car works on the new tire, or on the new tires, and also on the resurface.
Well, it's got to be exciting to get back to Mid-Ohio, and I know that's going to be fun for you. Having fun in the cockpit and driving the race car. So, Evagoras, listen, thank you so much for joining us here in the garage after a tough day at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Look forward to talking to you again next time.
Yep, look forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks again, Evagoras Papasavvas, for sharing your racing story with us here on this special sports edition of Loveland Beacon Talks. Despite the tough luck at the Indianapolis Grand Prix weekend, Evagoras Papasavvas remains second in the driver championship standings, with a focus on moving up during the remainder of the 2024 USF-2000 IndyCar Championship racing season. We'll continue to follow his Indy racing journey throughout the 2024 racing season. Next up, he'll be testing at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course this weekend, May 15th and 16th. For now, this is Chuck Gibson saying thanks for listening as we follow Evagoras Papasavvas and the USF-2000 Indy Racing Championship season on Loveland Beacon Talks. Loveland Beacon Talks is a presentation of Loveland Beacon Digital Media and Gibson Communications, LLC.